Let's talk about what's new with remote camera control with Bitpart. Curtis, good to see you.
Good to see you.
So yeah, we've kind of tracked the evolution of Bitpart over a number of years.
Yeah.
How is it going? What do you have new this year?
It's going really well. We've had good customer feedback and learning from different pain points of the industry. We've kind of evolved with finding like lighting people that are using our products.
Okay.
And finding that people want more range, more distance, to be able to take radios anywhere in the world. As well as like with Sony, most of the other camera manufacturers, they have Companion for ARRI, they have Red Control Pro for Red. And with Sony, it's a web UI, which a web UI requires images and different things that have a significant amount of data. Not a lot, but enough that it kind of can cause a little bit of a pain point. So I did a couple movies with Sony Venice's, and as soon as you wanted to change a setting, it decided to refresh.
Okay.
Or something like that. So then you have to wait for a couple seconds. So what we did is we actually developed our own app called Bit Control.
Awesome.
Which we got the SDK from Sony, and it does full control of the camera, allowing for a much more robust connection because we're only sending kilobits of information rather than megabits of information.
Just whatever settings info needs.
Yeah, whatever settings you want to adjust. With that implementation, we originally made it just for the iPad, but we were able to port it over to a Mac.
Okay.
So you can have it running on a Mac. And what that allows is for Stream Deck integration. So we have a Stream Deck here that if I turn the knob, you can see the ND changing on the camera.
Yeah.
Or I can reset it. That reflects on all those devices, or even over here on this Stream Deck, you can change it and see it changing live everywhere.
With this, well, for one question, how is this communicating with the camera? Your computer?
All over Bitbox.
No, I mean, are you plugged into USB-C into a Bitbox for the computer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of these is we have 3 different bases to show something else, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so this is in remote mode, and it's communicating to one of these bases that is connected into the network that's talking to the Mac.
Okay, so Mac connected to the network. And then this configuration too, do you still have to run it through a computer if you had this setup of a Stream Deck, the bar?
Yeah, this Stream Deck works over network. So in theory, you could add a Bitbox to this and make it wireless.
Okay, so you could kind of set up this shortcut control and not have to have a computer in the middle to be, okay, that's awesome.
It would still be talking back to the computer over the network, but
you wouldn't have to have, okay.
Yeah, you have to have a computer somewhere.
But you don't have to have a USB-C hardwire into that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an awesome setup. And yeah, what was the other update or the other thing?
Okay. So the other thing is this is the Bitbox, which you're very familiar with. This was our first product. Then we released the Bitbox Mini. We now have the Bitbox Max, which we had to go in and design our own custom radio module.
Okay.
So this current Bitbox basically it has 250 milliwatts of power at most. So the new Bitbox Max has up to 1 watt.
Okay.
Depending on the rules and regulations of the country that you're in. But it fits in the same package. So we're going to do a trade-in for current customers that they can send these in. We'll take the old board out, put the new board in. Same form factor, same size, same weight, way more power.
Is that replacing that for future, or is it now it's just a separate model?
It'll work in tandem. So you don't have to upgrade or replace your entire system. You could get 2 Maxes and still use your current existing.
Okay.
And because we use a star topology, you can put a Max as your base and then continue to use regular Bitboxes, and they'll get the same range you're used to. But then if you need something to go really far away, you can add a Max over there, and then the Maxes will talk at the full range while the other radios talk at the traditional range that you're used to.
Okay, awesome.
We also have the Mini, which we showed you last year, but we've now made a USB-C version, which is great for smaller cameras that only have USB-C connections. So think FX3, FX6, things like that. You can just put this tiny box on there. 1 cable on the FX6 powers it and provides network connection, and that's it. That's all you need.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yep.
And pretty much any camera that can take some sort of camera control via
network.
A network, you can, Bitbox can work with it?
Yeah. Anything that is working over a network, right? So like I said, we have lighting directors that put lights on it. We've discovered other people that have used it in various ways. Like, it's kind of interesting when people ask, oh, can it do this? And actually, yeah, it can. We also have a utility that people are using, a new mode called roaming mode, where you can have two bases. And what this is good at is for live sporting events.
Okay.
So think you have a camera starting in the tunnel following the players out onto the field, and you want to have camera control of that camera from the tunnel out to the field. You can now have two bases, and it'll seamlessly go to the roam to the next one when it gets outside or whatever. You still have to have a wired backhaul, but that's pretty normal in live events and all that stuff. There's also in the utility where you can lock frequencies. So a lot of those live events, they have frequency coordinators, and they require you to stick to one frequency so you don't interfere with other people.
Yeah.
So that utility will allow you to do that. And then we also have the Bitbox status monitor that'll be coming soon.
Okay.
And this allows you to, in those environments, you can see each radio's performance and see how far away they are, or if you need to do a remote reboot or something like that. So plenty of options for that.
It's a lot of updates.
A lot of updates. I think we talked about the expansion module last year.
I think we showed it. You had it on the back of the iPad mount.
Yeah. So the expansion module is still in the works.
Uh-huh.
It's taken a little more time. We're a very small company. There's only 4 of us, and we also work as DITs.
Yeah.
So, but we're working on that, and we have over here, we have that working with the Moon Smart Focus. So we're using our expansion module here with L-Bus, allowing you to pull focus with a C-Motion handset and the radio here over our radio. But on top of that, we're using Bitbox for focus with the Moon Smart Focus, as well as camera control with Red Control Pro on the iPad. All this is happening over Bitbox.
Okay, so it's coordinating everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. You're doing the Moon Smart Focus stuff over Bitbox, at the same time doing L-Bus focusing, and you have full camera control all over Bitbox.
That's awesome. One network thing. That's great. Yeah. What's the availability for the new devices? And is the app kind of free if you have? So
the app is currently in beta.
Okay.
We've been adding a few people to learn and find little bugs here and there. Hopefully we're releasing that relatively soon. The newer products are kind of going to roll out in different stages, but thinking late summer this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for the update. Appreciate it.